Simplify the following, leaving your answers with positive indices. First one we have xy squared z to the negative 3 squared, and then we're multiplying that by x squared z to the 4. Now the important thing is here that this squared applies to everything inside the bracket. So in other words, from the bracket we'll get x squared, y squared squared, and z to the negative 3 squared. And we still have to multiply that by x squared z to the 4. So that's x squared y to the 4 z to the negative 6 times x squared z to the 4, giving us x to the 4, y to the 4, z to the negative 2. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. We've got to express it without the negative index. So we have x to the 4, y to the 4, and the z to the negative 2 is going to put a z squared on the bottom. Okay, the next one has 8 x to the 7, y to the 5 squared over negative 2 x cubed y squared cubed. And once again, that squared applies to everything inside the bracket. That cube applies to everything inside the bracket. So here we will have 8 squared, x to the 7 squared, y to the 5 squared, divided by negative 2 cubed, x cubed cubed, and y squared cubed. So that's 64 x to the 14 y to the 10. Now negative 2 cubed, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is negative 8. X to the 9, y to the 6. 64 divided by 8 is 8, so that's going to be negative 8. And then we're dividing with the x's, so 14 take away 9 is 5, we get x to the power 5. And 10 take away 6 is 4, so we've got y to the power 4. Now here we have, remember a cube root is x to the power 1/3. So what we've got is 27 x to the 4 squared, then to the power 1/3. So 27 squared x to the 4 squared, then to the third, is going to be 27 to the 2/3 x to the 8/3. Now 27 to the 2/3, that means we could do that as the cube root of 27 and then square it. And the cube root of 27 is 3. Square that gives us 9. So we'll have 9x to the 8 on 3. And then finally, this one looks like fun. So we've got, let's just leave this as 6x to the 2/3, y to the half, times, and the square root is to the power of half, and in here we've got 36 x to the 4, y to the 5. So that's 6x to the 2/3, y to the half, times the square root of 36, x to the 4 to the half, y to the 5 to the half. So that's 6x to the 2/3, y to the power of half, times 6. Now 4 times a half is 2, so that's x squared. And then we have y to the 5 on 2. So 6 times 6 is 36. Then we've got x to the 2/3 times x squared. So that's x to the 2/3 add 2, which, since 2 is 6/3, we could write as 8/3. It would be normal to do that as an improper fraction. And then we've got the y to the half times y to the 5/2. If we add that, that's y to the 6/2, which is y cubed.